Hey guys, if you guys hear me or if you guys have joined, make sure to write in the chat box on the right. And I'll just kind of wait for people to kind of come on in. Okay, so I see 3 people in. Hey guys. Everyone, you can just go on the right of the chat box and just kind of write your name and say hello, just so I know that you're here. And let me know, guys, if you can see my screen, because I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm using YouTube instead of my regular webinar that I use. So let me know that you guys can see my screen. So just let me know in the chat box to the right. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to come on. You guys, first off, thank you so much for allowing me to even have an hour of your time to share with you what I'm gonna share with you today. I decided to do this masterclass for free because I've just been getting a lot of calls and emails and stuff like that on people who are interested on basically just, you know, starting from scratch and creating their business. So let me know if you guys are able to see this. And I'm just gonna kind of wait for you guys to kind of drizzle on in. And you guys can pretty much go in the live chat box to let me know if everything is successful. So I'm gonna wait just for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to start. So you guys should have a pen and paper ready. If you're not home, it's okay to use maybe your iPhone or whatever. You can jot down notes because it's gonna be a lot of good info, you guys. Also, anyone who misses this, I'm gonna have a link so that you can pretty much watch the replay of this. So I'm gonna wait for probably just one more minute and then I'm gonna start. Okay, we have another person on. Hey guys, how are you? Make sure you guys write in the chat box, say hello, drop your name. I wanna know who's joining. Alrighty guys, so I'll wait for a couple more seconds and then we'll get started. And again, you guys, I'm very, very, very much appreciative of you giving me your time because your time is valuable. I want you to know that. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna get started because there's already 3 people on. So hello guys, welcome. This is going to be our 60-minute masterclass. If we finish a bit early or even a bit after, I'm gonna be holding questions and any comments that you want on the right side. I'm gonna close out this screen so you can pretty much just see everything that I'm doing over here. So again, if you guys can write in the chat box if you're on your desktop or if you are on your mobile, right down here in the chat box, yes or no if you're able to see me or hear me. But I'm pretty sure you guys can see and hear me. Alrighty, awesome. So now I am going to start the class, you guys. Alrighty, you guys. So you know what you signed up for, which is exactly As the title says, this is going to be about my 5 secret formula on how to turn taking pics into a side hustle. Now, I get this question so many times. So many people ask me, Ryan, how did you get started? How do you gain clients? How did you go from owning a camera where it was just kind of sitting in my room and collecting dust to actually being overbooked and shooting for Fashion Week and just so on and so forth? So pretty much I'm going to go through pretty much my 5 secret formulas on how I got from where I started until now. So yes, make sure you guys have your pen and paper ready, okay? Alrighty, so the first thing we are going to talk about is okay, so first off, we're going to talk about exactly what we're going to be talking about, if that makes sense. So pretty much the 5 secret formulas that I use to get to point A to point B it wasn't as hard as I thought it was, only because I applied it and I actually found this out not only through working with my mentor, but also pretty much going through, you know, trial and error. And pretty much this is what I put together if I was to show someone who was new, who basically was building their business, on how they would go from point A to point B. So pretty much, you guys, this 5 secret masterclass is going to be covering 5 things. It's going to be covering visibility and the importance of that and the true meaning of being visible. We're going to cover how to brand thyself. We are going to cover how to build your tribe. And if you guys have a pen and paper, I want you to write down tribe, because this is going to be a really popular term that we're going to be using. So we're going to be figuring out how to build a tribe. We're going to be going over how to brand thy work. And then we're also going to be going over how to discover your ideal client, which is one of the most important things that you guys have to discover. And I'm going to exit out this really quickly because I want to go and see if anyone else joined. And let me know, you guys, like I said in the comment box, if you guys can see me and hear me clearly. Alrighty, so we're going to go back to the masterclass. So pretty much this is what we're going to be covering through the entire hour. So get your pens, get your papers ready, get your water bottles, get comfortable, because it's going to be a lot kind of jam-packed in one. Okay? Alrighty. So for those of you who are new to me or who have just heard of me or don't really know me so well, my name is Ryan. I'm the girl with the guy's name. I am a photo brand strategist, photographer, videographer, and video editor. And pretty much what I do is I teach my clients to create a comfort zone in front of the lens and new entrepreneurs to become confident behind it by using the power of photo to position themselves from a personable brand to a profitable platform. Now, for those of you who don't know, my experience goes way back to age 14. I was a freshman in high school, pretty much developed pictures and edit videos in the dark room. Literally editing videos on Final Cut Pro was like my homework at 14 years old. And just to give you a bit of a synopsis, I've shot twice during New York Fashion Week 2 years ago, and last year I've shot with signed agency models, SAG actors. I've spoken across, you know, several stages across the 5 boroughs, and that includes schools, that includes certain, you know, places where they kind of hold meetings for, you know, younger people to appeal to other younger people. So just to give you guys a synopsis of who I am. Now let me fix this. Alrighty. Now we are going to go over probably the most important part of how I got from point A to point B, and it's being visible. You guys, I cannot stress how important being visible is. Now, I know that sometimes a lot of people, you know, may ask themselves, how do I get clients? Why aren't people hitting me up and, you know, wanting to shoot me? I mean, me wanting to shoot them. How come people are not, you know, responding to what I'm posting? But you guys have to understand something. And I want you to ask yourself this question. How will people buy your services or your products if they don't know you exist, right? So you can ask yourself, how come you're not overbooked? How come you're not being booked? But if people don't know who you are or what you do, how can you become booked? So pretty much, you guys, when it comes to being visible, these are some of the points and the importance of being visible, right? So being visible not only attracts your potential clients, it basically brings awareness to your brand, right? So once you become visible, right? And we're gonna go into it on how to become more visible in branding and stuff like that. But pretty much, the more prospective customers see and hear or read about you in the more places, then the more you'll stand out as the expert, right? So for example, when I first started my business, I wasn't really posting much about me being a photographer or a videographer. My personal friends and family members knew that this was something that I loved, but it's because they knew me. Not everyone personally knows you. Not everyone knows your talent or your skill. So you have to keep this thing in mind. Being visible is very important. And I know that a lot of people struggle with the fear of being visible because putting yourself out there is terrifying. Very first time I put myself out there, even if it was a video or even a shoot that I did, the first thing I was thinking about was, okay, what are people going to think of me? Are people going to respond? You know, so putting yourself out there is the very first step. Now I'm going to talk about something else, you guys. It's called the rule of 7, and I'm not making this up. The rule of 7 basically is a very famous marketing statement, right? And a very important tool that, a very important rule that people in business use because it's true, right? So the rule of 7 pretty much states 2 things. So the rule of 7 basically is when a customer sees your ad 7 times, they remember it. And the second part of that rule is prospective customer sees or hears your marketing message at least 7 times, then they take action and buy from you. Like I said, you guys can look this up. I'm not making this up. How many times you guys have seen maybe a really dope pair of sneakers, right? You're like, oh, wow, okay, those sneakers are really hot. Like, those are really cool. I want to get those, whatever. Then you see them on a second person. It kind of makes you like, okay, like maybe this is, just a nice sneaker or whatever. Then you see this on a third person, a fourth person, a fifth person, a sixth person, a seventh person. By the 8th person, you're already sold. You're like, okay, I've seen, this person wear it. I've seen this sneaker in this ad. Basically, it's just a rule that says that a prospective customer needs to see or hear your marketing message at least 7 times before they take action. So this plays into you being visible. Being visible basically kind of lets people know, okay, you're an expert. This is your brand. And people will sort of kind of come your way without you doing much effort aside from putting yourself out there, if that makes sense. This same tactic happened with my mentor, who actually mentored in my business. I heard of her, but I didn't really see her very much. And then all of a sudden, I started to see her every single day, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the time, to the point where I was just like, okay, I have to work with this woman. Like, she's been everywhere. So pretty much when you're being visible, you want people to think of your personal brand first, okay? Another thing when it comes to this is pretty much you want people to think of you, but you want them to think of your brand first. So when people think of me, right, automatically they associate Ryan, the girl with the guy's name, photo, and video. Automatically, because that's how I set myself up. And that's all that I post. But we're going to go into that later on down the line. And I'm going to hop back over here to see if anyone else joined. You guys have any questions or concerns or anything? I'll wait. If you want to write in the chat box, just let me know. Alrighty, you guys, I'm gonna hop back into the class. Alrighty, so that is for being visible. You want people to think of your brand. You want people to think of you and your brand. You want to stay in front of people on a regular basis so that the more you do that, then the more likely people will come in your inbox, call, comment, or even question you on how they're able to work with you, right? So being visible is very, very, very important. People need to know who you are and what you do, okay? Alrighty, so secret number 2, branding thyself. Now, like I said before, early on in the class, I would mention this to so many people. I have been in photography and videography since age 14, but my first paid shoot wasn't until 2016. Why? Because no one knew I was a photographer except for my close family and friends. Now, this all ties into being visible. Now, this is going on into how do you brand yourself, right? Like I said, people won't come to you. They won't think to come to you because they don't know that you are a photographer. They don't know that you're a videographer or whatever field you're in. Even if you're, say if you're in the fashion field and you build dresses, people won't think to come to you for your services because they don't know that you're good at what you do. They don't know that you're passionate about what you do. They don't know that this is the thing that you do, you know, unless you're visible. So pretty much when you are branding thyself, right? Now, like I said, I took photo and video in high school, but no one really knew until I started to put myself out there. But branding yourself doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you know, I'm just going to post whenever. I'm just going to post a random picture. And no, it's really about finding the core of your personal brand, showcasing your personal brand through thought leadership and speaking engagements, and the power of video. Now, I'm going to go through those a couple of steps, you guys, in detail. I'm just going to take a swig of my water. Alrighty, so the core of your personal brand, right? So pretty much what I mean by this is you want people to be clear on what the core of your personal brand is and everything around it, right? So if I was to go on your Facebook page and you tell me that you're a fitness coach, but I see everything else besides anything that pertains to a fitness coach, I'm not going to take you serious, and I'm not going to think of you when I do need a fitness coach, if that makes sense. So pretty much you have to ask yourself, are you a motivational speaker? Are you a consultant? Are you a fitness coach? Are you a photographer? Are you an artist? Are you a painter? Are you a rapper? So having a strong personal brand will basically strengthen, what am I going to say? So basically having a strong personal brand strengthens the ability for people to narrow down their focus on what you do because of your strong personal brand. Now, in order for people to know of your strong personal brand, you have to showcase this, right? Now, this doesn't mean that you have to go to live events and speak and all this stuff, because you're starting from the basis, right? This masterclass is about teaching you how to go from zero, from point A to point B. So I'm going to start you guys off very, very, very small. If you guys have any questions, feel free to just comment in the chat box. If I'm going a little too fast, let me know, but it's only because I have an hour of your time and I want to get all this jam-packed into this, okay? So showcase your personal brand. Now, showcasing your personal brand pretty much means you are promoting yourself through social media, right? People don't realize how important social media is. Scratch the likes, scratch the followers. We're talking about really, really engaging and pretty much putting yourself out there and showcasing yourself so that you can be seen as an expert, right? Now, remember, this is about branding yourself, not your actual work. That's going to be later on. So when you're showcasing your personal brand, right, you're going to showcase two things. You're going to showcase your thought leadership as well as speaking engagements. Now, thought leadership is basically the process of establishing a relationship with your potential customers and delivering something of value to them, right? So pretty much this is going to be any post on Facebook or Instagram about your opinion on your field of expertise, right? So for example, for me, right, I am a photographer and a videographer. So everything that I post generally goes around you being successful, you being your own brand, and pretty much throwing in my little twist on, you know, how to be comfortable in front of the camera or how to build your online portfolio without experience, right? Basically, I'm giving my community as a leader value for free, right? And we're going to talk about freebies at the end of this masterclass. But pretty much is you want to position yourself as a trusted source who not only moves but inspires people. And you want to be one of those leaders that goes beyond just selling and just forcing something down someone's throat, okay? So basically, it's you feeding your community and you're establishing your brand as an expert brand in your field. And this is how you differentiate yourself from the competitors, right? So pretty much when you showcase your personal brand, that could be you doing a free shoot. That can be you pretty much, like I said, just posting things that you're doing. Even if you go with your friend to a free shoot and you kind of post that with like a quote or something in your field that will inspire or move someone else. So that's pretty much what you do as far as showcasing your own personal brand. You want to be consistent with that so that people can remember you and people can take you seriously, right? So that's how thought leadership comes into play. Now, the second way you showcase your personal brand, one is thought leadership. The second would be speaking engagements. Now, the thought of speaking publicly is terrifying. Trust me, I understand. And this is not me saying you have to go, like I said, on stage and speak because you're just starting out, right? Now, let's think of small platforms you can start your speaking engagements on. For example, I have a Facebook group, guys, called Picture Perfect You. That's a speaking engagement in itself because I am going on Facebook Live, right? Another great platform for that would be video. You can go on YouTube Live or even post videos, right? You can go on Periscope. You can go on IG Live. Pretty much when you speak to your customers or your potential clients or to your community, this gives them a great impact on showing up and trusting you. And that's the one thing that you want to build when you are first starting your empire and your brand. You want to gain the trust of your potential customers. You want to gain the trust of your community, right? And this all goes into the power of video as well. I don't know how many of you guys, well, I know a lot of you guys, you know, probably go on YouTube and watch YouTube. And I know you guys know probably a lot of famous YouTubers who will kind of do a promo on, you know, say a Michael Kors bag, right? Basically, they'll do a review on it. Now, these billion-dollar companies are very, very, very smart. They know that if they give their product to someone in front of a video, that they will get tons of responses, right? Now, you can apply that same technique with your brand. I know a lot of YouTubers who have 1 million subscribers and all they do is pretty much, you know, hey, I'm going to be doing a review on this makeup that I got for free. So they know the power of video. They know that when they put their product in front of a video that they're going to get more customers. These companies that give these, you know, people on YouTube their products for free and in return they do a video for them. These companies know the power of video. So, you know, using those platforms and stuff like that and taking advantage of it is very, 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 and very essential and very important. Okay. Also, something else I wanted to mention about the power of video as a videographer, you want to bring your brand to life, right? And like I said, we're going to go on this word later on called tribe, but most of your tribe, they can't get close and personal with you, right? They probably met you online. They're probably not going to meet you in person, probably later on down the line when you get your feet wet, you know, maybe into your business. But your tribe, they can't get up close and personal with you. But however, through the power of video, you're able to engage, and this allows you to get closer and more personable with your community. So that's very, very important. I'm going to close out, you guys, and check back in the chat room to see if there's any questions or anything. No. Alrighty, I'm gonna write in the chat box, you guys, maybe if you don't see it. So I just wanna make sure that you guys hear me. I'm pretty sure you can because I've had a couple viewers on here. I'm gonna just take a sip of water, guys. Alrighty, so branding thyself, okay? So branding thyself is very, 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 very important. Now, we are going to talk about building a tribe, which is number 3. Now, remember you got your pen and paper. Make sure you write down community equals tribe. somewhere on the paper, whether it be the corner or wherever the case may be. I want you to write down community equals tribe, okay? So building a tribe. As you seek to build your brand, do not focus on generating sales first, right? So what I mean by that, sometimes when new entrepreneurs, their mistake is, okay, for example, right? How many times have you guys been on Facebook or on Instagram and someone kind of slides in your DM and they pretty much just kind of write to you like, hey, if you want to buy this, first off, you don't know this person. Second off, you have never heard of this person. Third off, you don't trust this person. You know what I mean? They're coming in your inbox and just kind of asking for your money. So that's what I mean when I say when you first seek to build your brand, I don't want you to focus on generating sales. Those are going to come later, okay? Pretty much everything I'm going to teach you is going to set you in place on how you can generate sales, but you have to do these first steps first to position yourself as an expert and as a professional and for people to see that. And once that happens, that's when your clients will come into play, okay? Alrighty, so building a tribe, right? We are going to talk about first how you build your community, how you get your followers to like and trust you, and how to encourage people to join your mailing list. And I made an error, you guys. I put 2 twice. But yes, we're going to encourage people how to join your mailing list through freebies, okay? So the first focus on building your community is always to not focus on generating sales, like we stated. So when you're building your community, you're basically building your tribe. Now, your tribe is basically where your clients or your potential clients are. Your tribe is basically your group of people that you're their go-to person, okay? Now, when you're building a tribe, you want to be able to build a community of followers, right? You want to be able to build a community of followers for people to not only know you, to get to like you, and most importantly, get to trust you, okay? Now, when you think of, you know, strangers, people have to gain your trust, right? You can't just pop up on someone out the blue. Hey, I'm a photographer, I could take pictures of you. They're gonna think, okay, I never seen any of your work. How do I know you just don't have a camera and claiming to be a photographer? You know, so people have those thought processes. I've had, you know, these thoughts when people have kind of slid in my DM and I'm just like, I don't think so. I don't know if my money is going to be going towards, you know, so make sure you keep those things in mind, right? Now, some of the key elements on how to build your tribe is encouraging people to join your email list through a freebie, right? So for example, I gave you guys a free gift, right? I offered my masterclass held at $497 for free. For those of you who are familiar with my brand, I held a 5-day selfie challenge for free where the winner receives a little tripod for her iPhone named Cherie. I did another free challenge. These are your freebies, guys, and this is how you get people to join your mailing list because your money is in your mailing list. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But pretty much it's like you want to offer free services of value so that you can begin to build your tribe, so that people can trust you, so that people can get to know you, so people can like you. I did another free challenge probably like 3 weeks ago called the 5-day iPhone photography challenge, you know, and 2 of those winners are going to go with me to New York Fashion Week and get paid for it. Awesome, right? Pretty much these people who are opting in to my email list through my freebie, which is and we're going to talk about that in a second, you guys. I'm kind of just dropping gems randomly, but I want you to jot down these notes. But pretty much it's like when I'm offering something for free of value, that's how you create your community. That's how you build your tribe. Okay, so for example, if you are a photographer, right? Perfect example. If you're a photographer and your expertise is editing photos, say if your favorite thing to do when it comes to photography is not even taking pictures, you love editing them. Being that you love that so much, what you can do, you can package that for free and offer maybe a 5-day challenge or even a masterclass for free on how to edit your photos efficiently or how to edit your photos in 3 easy steps. Basically, you're giving your tribe value for free. Therefore, you're gaining their trust. And that's when the sales will generate, you guys. But you have to focus on building your community and building your tribe. Alrighty. I'm going to hop back in quickly to see if anyone else joined. And you guys, if you have any questions or if you want me to stop or you need me to slow down, let me know. You could just write in the chat box right here. But we're going to move on along. Hold on one second, guys. Alrighty, so now we already covered, we're gonna go all the way back. So we've already covered visibility, right? The importance of being visible, how people won't know to come to you or book you until you're visible, right? We covered number 2, how to brand thyself, the importance of standing as an expert on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, YouTube, etc. We've covered the 3rd secret, building a tribe, right? And building your email list. And building your email list is going to be later on because that's one of the most important things that started to pretty much me building an email list is what really kind of blew my business up. We're going to talk about that at the end. Alrighty, so now number 4 is going to be branding thy work, right? Now, this is for the photographer or videographer who's just getting started, whether you have experience or not, whether you have a portfolio or not, this is for you. And this is exactly how I started, right? Now, I had no portfolio. I had no clients. I had no startup money. But my first paid shoot came soon after my first free shoot. Now, I know I keep throwing in the word free and freebie, but like I said, this is all about creating your brand. This is all about building your tribe, and everything else will follow. You guys, once you have your community and your tribe, you don't have to look for clients because you already know who your clients are and where they are, right? So now pretty much all you have to do is set yourself up as a professional, give out these freebies with value, gain their trust, and they get to know you. And before you know it, being that you're being consistent and posting your work and posting your brand after you kind of execute branding thyself, right? People will just come to you. And I know this sounds so cliche, but I'm going to show you what I mean, you guys. All right, so branding thy work, right? Now, like I said, when I first started, yes, I had extensive experience. Yes, you know, I was given certain tools and stuff like that to learn how to be a photographer in high school, but not everyone was given that, right? Even after high school, I didn't have my first paid shoot in 15, 16, 18. No, I didn't know that I wanted to do this for a living, right? This didn't come until like my early 20s. So my first paid shoot wasn't after high school. It was 10 years later, you guys, just put it that way, okay? So this is for you who have no portfolio, you have no money to start up, you're frustrated because you feel like you have all the skills and everything like that, but it's just, you don't know where to find your clients, right? So actually, that's actually gonna go later on. I'm kind of talking ahead of myself, guys, but Ryan, just focus. Okay, so branding thy work, right? You don't have a portfolio. You don't have the money to get started or anything like that. Now, there's a really popular term in the photography world or the modeling world. It's called TFCD. I know you guys probably seen this before, or maybe it looks familiar, but for those of you who don't know exactly what this is, TFCD is AKA for trade for CD or time for print, right? So pretty much what this is basically an arrangement between a model or subject and a photographer or a videographer where basically you guys come together, right? So say if I'm a photographer, I don't have my portfolio, I need to build my portfolio. No one's going to pay me to take pictures so that I can play in my portfolio. So how do I build a portfolio? Pretty much what you do is you find a subject. This could be a friend. This can be even when I started, you guys, no lie, I would go on Craigslist and I would put an ad like, hey, I'm a photographer, I'm looking to do a trade shoot or a TFCD shoot. Pretty much what that means is that I'm not going to get paid for it. The model or the subject isn't going to get paid for it, but pretty much both of you want to build your portfolio. So what do? You trade for a CD. You come together, you form an agreement and basically say, hey, can I shoot you and can you shoot me for free? Because we both need to build our portfolio. That's pretty much what TFCD is. So when I first started, even this is off topic, when I first started modeling, you guys, I didn't have a portfolio. You know, I was in school, but I was working, so I didn't have the money to pay someone like $400 or $300 for a professional shoot. So what I would do is I would go on Craigslist or even Facebook and stuff like that, and I would kind of reach out to people who were photographers who were also amateurs and new. And of course, they're up for it. They're like, yeah, of course, like you can come by, I'll shoot you and give you pictures for your portfolio. And it's a win-win situation because when I shoot you, I'll have pictures as well for my photography portfolio. So this is something that you can consider, you guys. So I don't want you to get discouraged and say, oh, I don't have a portfolio. I don't have the money to pay someone for me to shoot them. Don't think about that, okay? We're gonna work with what you have. So trade for a CD. Basically, in exchange for both of your time, you both will have images for your portfolio because you're both amateurs, you're both beginners, you both need pictures for your portfolio. So that's how this comes into play. Now, another important thing is these two come hand in hand because practice makes perfect, right? Now, even if you're comfortable shooting people, taking pictures of people, you guys, when someone actually pays you to shoot them, it's a whole different field, especially if you're new, right? It's basically like they're paying you for your services, so now they expect you to be on a certain level of professionalism, right? Pretty much practice makes perfect. So when I say this to my clients who have taken my courses in the past, I basically tell them when you are working with a client and you're shooting them, be yourself, speak, build a great rapport while you're shooting them. You know, a lot of the times I work with photographers who, when I'm shooting, there's just dead silence, right? You want to get comfortable talking to your client. You want them to be comfortable because pretty much when people pay you to shoot, you're the leader. They're looking for you to do everything. They're not going to be the one to kind of just move around. They may stand still. They may be stiff. They may have their chin too high in the air. So this is when your expertise come in, when you're guiding them. And when you're doing these free shoots or TFCD shoots or trade for CD shoots to build your portfolio, this is your way of practicing, right? So when you become comfortable and shooting other people, even though it's for free because because basically you're building your portfolio with these pictures, you're gonna feel so comfortable when finally you position yourself as an expert and you get your first paid shoot. You're gonna be comfortable. It's not gonna be that fear because you shot someone before, you shot a stranger before. You was able to practice and get your feet wet, right? Now, something else that's very, very, very important with these TFCD shoots and with practice, you can use, okay, so for example, if you was to do a trade shoot with a model, right? You let her know, hey, I know you're new to modeling. Can we do a trade for CD shoot? I need pictures for my portfolio to showcase my personal brand. I know you do too. So can we shoot? She's like, yeah, sure. He or she, yeah, sure, whatever. After you shoot with your subject, what you want to do, you guys, you want to ask them, this can be after the shoot, this can be even before the shoot, but I say after, you can literally ask them, hey, is it okay if I give you my email address so that when I send you the pictures, you can pretty much write me a testimonial on your experience with shooting with me. So these client testimonials are going to go into your copy bank. Now, basically, your copy bank is pretty much what you're going to use later on when you establish yourself. So you can use these client testimonials from your free shoots that you did to build your portfolio to put on your website. So now when clients come to your website, they already see, okay, he has experience. He has shot with customers. They don't have to know that you shot them for free. This is an actual experience. This is an actual testimonial from a client, you know? So let me take a swig of water, guys. So pretty much these client testimonials will go into your copy bank. Now I'm gonna go over and just see if anyone has wrote any questions or concerns. Alrighty, and I'm gonna hop back over. So yeah, so pretty much you want your client testimonials to go into your copy bank. You're going to be using these free shoots not only to build your portfolio, but to build your client testimonial copy bank for your future website. Okay, and that's very, very important. Now, discovering your ideal client. Once I narrowed down the type of individual / audience I wanted to appeal to, I began creating my entire brand around their wants and their needs, right? Now, for those of you who don't know the term ideal client, we're going to go into it a little bit. So this is actually from someone who reached out to me who was interested in one of my courses, and he pretty much told me, I have all the knowledge, skills, and drive, but I don't have the money to build clientele. Now, this is where we start talking, right? Now, your ideal client, you guys, is basically your perfect target customer, okay? So pretty much, when I say ideal client, I mean this is your ideal client. This is the one client that you want to be a part of your tribe. This is the one individual who you want to purchase your things. This is the one individual that you want to come to you when it comes to your brand. This is the one individual that you want to appeal to, right? Now, just so that I can pretty much get you on the same page as me if I'm not making sense, when you guys think of Victoria's Secret, right? You can write it in the comment box, you guys. I'm gonna hop back over. When you think of Victoria's Secret, what do you guys think of? And I'll just wait for you guys to write it in the chat box. When you think of Victoria's Secret, what's Victoria's Secret's ideal client? Is it men? Is it kids? Is it women? Alrighty, so pretty much your ideal client is who you want to appeal to. Sorry guys, let me go back over here. So your ideal client is who you want to appeal to, right? So when you think of brands like Victoria's Secret, their ideal client is that young woman, whether it's in her mid-20s to mid-30s, right? When you think of Jordan, right? When you think of Jordan sneakers, you think of, okay, that young, youthful guy, maybe, you know, high school into college, after college. So when you think of your ideal client, what kinds of people do you want to be a part of your tribe? I'm going to go, did I skip? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. So yeah, so what type of people do you want to be a part of your tribe? Now, when you're discovering your ideal client, it all begins with study. It all begins with study of thyself. You guys, I already have everything in my head that I want to say. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and it's like my thoughts don't catch up to my words. So pardon me if I'm like stumbling over my words or whatever. I'm just so excited to share this with you guys. So yeah, so when you're discovering your ideal client, this all begins with study of thyself. For example, when I first was creating my brand, one of the first things that me and my mentor did, we created my ideal client. Now, you guys, this is not going to happen overnight. This may take a week. This may take a week and a half because your ideal client is constantly changing with your brand, right? Actually, scratch that. Your ideal client always stays the same, actually, because this is where you build your brand, right? So, for example, when you write down your ideal client, you guys, you can take a pen and paper and do this as well quickly. When you write down your ideal client, what does your ideal client want? What do they want from you? What do they need from you? What kind of characteristics does your ideal client have? Do they share the same characteristics as you? So I'll give you guys a little synopsis on my ideal client. And I literally wrote it down, you guys, to the name of her dog, to pretty much my ideal client in my head. You can give this ideal client a name of whatever you want. My ideal client, their name is Alfie, right? So Alfie is this millennial. She's very driven. She wants to learn about photography and videography, but she doesn't really have the sources for it. She also wants to be in front of the camera and learn how to be comfortable with that, but she's a go-getter. She either lives in New York or LA or one of the herb cities or whatever, or, you know, like a fast-paced city. She doesn't have any kids. She is either into like acting or something of the arts, but she's all about her brand. She's all about her business. and pretty much she wants to build her empire, right? So this is my ideal client. You can even go down even more and create your ideal client to even have a dog, or to the type of house they have, or their favorite color. Basically, the more specific you get with who your ideal client is, the easier it will be for you to create your brand around that, you guys, right? And literally, I want you guys to know that when you find your ideal client, it helps you to effectively understand how to build your entire business, what messages to put out there. Because when you're building your business, when you're building your products, when you're building your services, this is all pertaining to your ideal client, right? So how many, people out there who are driven, who are go-getters, who are into photography, who are into, so basically it's like the more specific you get with your ideal client, then you'll know, okay, if I have my ideal client in mind, with my client testimonials, or maybe certain things that they need help with, I have this all in mind because I know that my ideal client is Alfie. I know that Alfie needs help in front of the camera. I know that Alfie wants to build her own business. So pretty much I'm having my ideal client in my head as I build my brand. So that once my brand is built, there's going to be thousands of Alfies out there. But the fact that I narrowed it down to those clients named Alfie, not really real name named Alfie, but you guys are following me, I hope. So pretty much when I build my brand, it's going to be all around what Alfie needs and what Alfie wants. And that's going to be your tribe, you guys. Alrighty, so this is actually a bonus. This wasn't a part of the 5 secret formula, but this is one of the most, this right here, I would say, is what started to get me paid in my sleep, you guys. Like literally, like when you build an email list, this is how your business starts to grow. Now, what is an email list, right? How many of you guys, I'm actually going to check in really quickly to the, and I'm keeping track of time, you guys. We're probably going to go a little over an hour. I'm not going to keep you no more than like 10 minutes over because this is a lot of jam-packed things, okay? There's no questions over there. Alrighty, so this is a bonus, you guys, right? Not a lot of people who are just starting out know what an email list is or the importance of an email list. Now, how many times have you guys been on Target online, right? Or even if you're on the Nike store online, you notice they always have this little box that pops up asking for your email, right? Now, the reason for that is because, like I said, these billion-dollar companies know the power of video and the power of building your email list. Now, say if I'm on Nike, right, and I'm shopping or whatever, the little box pops up and pretty much says, hey, if you want to get 10% off of your next purchase, sign up here. They give you your email, right? What happens now? Nike, they probably have a billion, like, I know they have a ton of emails. So imagine if Nike has 2 million emails, right? From people who signed in for discounts or whatever the case may be. Now, what Nike does now they have an email list. Now they have an email list of 2 million people. That's where your money lies. That's how you generate a sales funnel to continuously get paid, you guys. And I'm going to talk about that a bit more at the end. So what Nike does is, okay, say if now, okay, so now that I've opted in to their email list, now what happens? A week passes by. All of a sudden, I get an email from Nike. Hey, Ryan, Friday we're going to be holding a sale for 50% off. You don't want to miss out. Being that I'm on their email list, I got first access to this. Now I know of this, and being that it's 50% off of Nike, you know how many people that they sent that email to, like how many customers they're going to generate that day. So pretty much it's like you're taking, like basically I'm teaching you how to take these same tactics and strategies from what moguls use that we don't know about and applying it to our businesses. The same exact tactic that Nike used, right? You guys opted in to my email list because I was giving you a free masterclass. You guys may opt into Target because they're going to give you 20% off. You guys opted into my emails when you wanted to do the 5-day selfie challenge for free, basically showing you from a photographer's aspect on how to take a great selfie and lighting and angles, right? So this all plays in mind with you giving your tribe value and you creating a freebie. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But pretty much your email list is your lifeblood. And that's what I call it. Your email list really is the lifeblood to your business, right? So basically, you know, your email list is a special use of emails that allows for widespread distribution of information to your tribe. So when you guys, you know, when you guys signed up for this masterclass, I sent you an email out, right? I didn't just send one person this email list I sent everyone on my email list about my 5 secret formula on this masterclass, and you guys opted in, right? Another thing that I'm gonna actually do, I have a free gift at the end as well for you guys. But yeah, so pretty much with my emailing list, say if I'm going to be doing, for example, about 3 months ago, I had a special for my shoots, right? I pretty much just kind of wrote and emailed everyone in my tribe on my emailing list about me having a discounted shoot that day. I ended up booking 7 shoots, guys. That may not be a high number, but in one day, 7 shoots to me is a pretty steep amount, especially if you're doing everything by yourself, right? But that's because I built my email list. I built my tribe. These people know me. I've given them free value. You know, I've given them valuable information for free. They got to know me. They like me, of course, so they're on the email list. They see me on Instagram, and they automatically assume, okay, she is an expert. She stands in her expertise as a professional. I see her on Facebook. This is what I see her posting. So pretty much you have to keep these things in mind, you guys, right? So building an email list is very, very, very essential to creating that stream of income to work for you, right? All right, so pretty much we went over visibility, the importance of being visible. As we went over, you have to make sure that you put up your work, you guys. And I know that it's scary. I know that maybe if you're first, you know, if you're new to this or whatever, it's like, I was embarrassed, you guys, when it's kind of weird because it's like, everyone who personally knows me know that I love taking pictures. Everyone knows that I'm a fiend for the camera, right? Like, that's just my passion. But putting it on Facebook for like family and friends to see was terrifying, but I had to get over that hump to the point where now that's all I post. Every picture that I post, I either have my vlogging camera or my camera. Sometimes it's by mistake, but it's just really who I am. And that's who I want to be seen as, you know what I mean? So being visible, putting yourself out there, branding thyself, this goes right into being visible. You want to make sure that when you do post, they all go around your brand, right? We spoke about the core of your personal brand, and this ties into that. Making sure that you brand yourself, right? Now, if you're an artist and you're putting things up of, you know, bottles of liquor, or, and mind you, you know, say if you want to have your personal Facebook, that's okay. But if you want to be seen a certain way, guys, you have to be consistent and you have to brand yourself, you know? So say if you was an artist and there's just random things about, you know, oh, I'm selling some shades, or I'm doing this. People are not going to remember you as, oh, this is the artist. This is because you're not being consistent and you're not branding yourself correctly, right? Because there is a strategy to it. We spoke about building your tribe. Pretty much kind of, you know, even in my Facebook group, right? I have over 200 people who have asked to join my Facebook group called Picture Perfect You, because that's my tribe, right? I give them value for free. I hold challenges for free with value. I let them know about free classes like I'm doing now, right? So basically you build your tribe and you build your email list. Branding thy work. If you don't have a camera, if you don't have equipment, my free gift to you guys after this masterclass, I'm going to give you guys basically a 5-day guide on how to take professional pictures with your iPhone. And I had to take a sip of water, guys. But pretty much I'm going to be giving you guys a free gift on a 5-day guide on how to take professional pictures with your iPhone, because I know maybe some you know, maybe some of you don't have your camera yet, or you're in the works of getting a camera, but I don't want you guys to feel discouraged. So I'm going to give you that to help you take pictures with your iPhone. Now, when you are branding your work, when you're branding thigh work, like I said, it's okay if you don't have a professional camera. It's okay if you don't own a camera. You can have an iPhone. Yes, you can have an iPhone and get your first shoot. I wish I had a picture actually to show you guys my first shoot that I did, right? Let me just go really, really quickly. I'm going to show you guys something, okay? Now, I'm going to show you guys my first free shoot, right? Now, I teamed up with this particular artist because he needed pictures and I needed pictures. Where is it? I'll show you guys really quickly. I think it's in here. All right, right here, guys, right? So this is Greg, right? I didn't have my professional camera, you guys. I didn't have any type of equipment. I had only my little digital camera. This could have been taken on an iPhone, but pretty much me and Greg met up. We basically were like, listen, I need a portfolio so that I can start branding my work, right? Because I don't have any pictures. And he needed pictures for his Instagram. So we kind of was like, okay, we go hand in hand. This is a win-win situation. So I took this picture of Greg literally just with my digital camera, right? I did another shoot for girls for her prom. I ended up doing that. Let me close out of here, guys, so I can go back into this. And I'm going to check in the chat box just to see if anyone else. Alrighty, so we're almost done, guys. We are almost done. I'm going to be done in literally 10 minutes. I promise. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Let me just take a swig of water. So, branding thy work. You can brand yourself and post your work with these free shoots, but you have to start branding yourself, you guys. You have to start branding your work. People will not know what you do unless you put yourself out there. This goes for even if you're not a photographer, even if you joined this masterclass because you're a fashion designer, or if you're a painter, or if you're a rapper, the same thing applies to you. Put your music out there if you're a rapper, right? Ask someone if you can create a dress for them and have them, you know, wear it or whatever and put that up. But you have to brand your work. You have to brand yourself so people know who you are and people will start coming to you, right? And last but not least, discovering your IDC, knowing who your ideal client is and building that around them, building your brand around them, building your free challenges around them, building your workshops around them, right? And also the bonus, of course, now you know that your income and your money is in your email list, right? So now you ask, right? 10 minutes left, you guys, I promise. So now you ask yourself, okay, I know the importance of an email list. I know the importance of freebies and challenges. You know, I think I have pretty much the basics of how to turn taking pics into a side hustle. But how do I build an email list? How do I collect emails? How do I create my website? How do I create graphics and freebies and challenges? How do I create a successful webinar? And most importantly, how do I turn my side hustle into a full-time hustle, right? So you guys have okay, so you guys are the first to see this. This is a course that I'm going to be holding mid-August. And no one else knows about this but you guys. After this masterclass, I will sort of kind of put it out there for people to join. But this is basically one of my mini courses. Course that will take you from side hustle to the hustle. And pretty much this is a 6-week course that positions new millennial entrepreneurs on how to turn their passion to profits, right? I'm going to exit out really quickly just to see if anyone else has any questions or anything. I see a couple other people joined. Alrighty. Let me just exit out of this and go back. All right, so now I've taught you how to position yourself and brand your work and how to create your ideal client and be visible, right? So now you know how to turn taking pictures into a side hustle. Now you guys are going to have early bird access to my course, my 6-week course, from how to take your side hustle to the hustle, okay? Now you guys, pretty much this is what it's going to be covered in the 6-week course, right? From side hustle to the hustle. This is going to be a 6-week program that I am launching mid-August. So this is going to be basically the outline, okay? So module 1, we're going to get you started. We're going to discover your ideal client. We are going to niche, narrow down. Now your niche is basically what you do, right? So basically my niche is a photo brand strategist, and my elevator pitch is I teach clients to create a comfort zone in front of the lens and new millennial entrepreneurs to become confident behind it by using the power of photos to position themselves from a personal brand to a profitable platform. So pretty much that's my ideal client and me niching down, right? We're going to find out where your ideal client is, their needs and their wants, and you're also going to sign a contract to yourself. But that's basically module 1. So much behind the scenes work to do in module 1. Module 2, I'm going to be showing you guys how to position yourself with your purpose. You're going to be given the tools to create your website, the tools to create your graphics, the tools to create your mailing list. You are going to learn how to, build a thorough copy bank. You're going to create client testimonials with your first test shoot, or whether it be your first free client with you creating their dress, if you're a fashion designer or if you're a painter. Whatever industry you're in, this all applies to you, okay? This is not just for if you want to do a shoot, but being that this is my field of expertise, of course this is for, those who want to get into photography. But this can be whatever niche you have, whatever industry you're in. This all applies to you. You're also going to learn how to create your website layout as an expert, okay? Module 3, and mind you guys, each module is each week. So module 1 is week 1, module 2 is week 2, and so forth. So module 3, week 3, is going to be ways to monetize, okay? So pretty much you're going to create online products, info products, not info. This is going to be any product that, for example, if you're a makeup artist and you create some makeup brushes stand, right, and creating your logo. We're going to do all of that in module 3. Even if you are an artist, you want to have your work on a t-shirt, stuff like that. So basically that's going to be module 3. We're going to go over several ways to monetize, to create multiple streams of income, okay? Module 4, week 4, is going to be the actual work. So you're going to be creating your sales funnel. Remember, we spoke about that with your email list. I got you guys on this masterclass through a sales funnel, right? Pretty much you either went from my YouTube video to my website to my email list to the masterclass. That's a successful sales funnel. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to create your own email sequence. You are going to be creating your own freebies. For example, like the free challenges, or even how I am here on the webinar. And you're also going to do a social media revamp, okay? So you're going to basically be positioning yourself to be an expert in learning how to correctly brand thyself and brand thy work. Now, module 5 is going to be pricing and packaging, okay? There's a lot that goes into pricing that a lot of people don't think of. Sometimes you either underprice yourself or you overprice. So we are going to be covering pricing and packaging, pricing your products, creating the visual product for your promo, as here. Facebook ads for your promo. That's pretty much when you're on Facebook, guys, and you see those videos and ads that says sponsor. We're going to be going through all of that. And IG ads for your promo. And the last week, which is going to be week 6, we are going to be launching your entire business. So we're going to be launching your products, your services, your website, and we're going to be going over my strategy to maintain a successful sales funnel to get you paid while you sleep. Along with this 6-week program, every week we're going to have a live call for an hour. So for any questions you guys have, if you have questions about how to create your website, graphics, whatever, we're going to have a weekly call once a week once this program starts to help you guys with that. Now, let me go over and see if you guys have any questions or anything. Alrighty, we're almost done, you guys. 2 more minutes. Let me just go over here. So pretty much that's what my 6-week program is going to be consist of, right? But since you guys have joined my masterclass, just so you know, this 6-week course, I pretty much charge my clients $2,097 for this 6-week course. But you're not going to get it for that price, guys. And you're not going to get it for $1,097 either. So I'm not even going to give this to you for a discounted price. So pretty much you are going to have the early bird access to this course for $497, right? So you guys are going to have the 6-week program. We're going to be doing live calls once the program starts. And being that you guys signed up for the masterclass, you guys are the only ones that have access to the course for $497. But this is only going to be this price for the next 9 days, you guys. Afterwards, it's going to go back up to $1,097 for the next 8 days after. And then for the following 8 days after, it's going to go back up to the full price what my clients pay, which is $2,097. So you guys are going to get all of this pretty much for $497, but it's only going to be the early bird price for the next 7 days, you guys, okay? Now, I want to kind of talk to you guys a bit more, pretty much just to kind of wrap things up. Again, thank you so much for your time in this webinar. Something that I wanted to just say quickly is, for about 2 years, I was doing everything wrong, you guys. Like, I was pretty much at the lowest point of my life. I knew that me working, like, I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I was trying to figure out, how do I do what I love but do that full time? How do I go about setting myself up as a professional? How do I create an email list? I didn't even know what an email list was, you guys. And I guess I was just tired of trial and error, over and over and over and over and over again for like 2 years straight, until I was like, you know what? I'd rather pay someone else who has done it before, who has gotten over all these hurdles, for them just to teach me. And when I say, you guys, that was the best investment ever. And my mentors always tell me this, and I've learned this. Every successful entrepreneur has a mentor. And that's a fact, you guys. You guys can look that up. You can even go back and think of any entrepreneur that you can think of. Every single entrepreneur, every single successful entrepreneur has a mentor. It's essential, because there's always someone who is a bit more up in their business than you. And pretty much your goal through life with your business is to always find ways to elevate your business, to elevate your brand. How do you do that? By hiring your mentor and working with your mentor, where you finally are positioning yourself as a mentor, where you start to hire people and have people come to you as an expert. So it wasn't until I invested in my mentor that my business started to take off. I was able to create these products, as you see right here. I was able to package and position myself as a professional. I was able to revamp my entire website and use strategies of creating a successful sales funnel to get me paid while I sleep. But this all was an investment in myself, you guys. And another question I want to ask you guys, how do you expect someone to take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously, right? Now, I'm very, very passionate about my brand and my business, and I take myself seriously. So I had to ask myself this, like, Ryan, okay, you've already done this wrong. A year has passed. You have not gotten paid for a shoot yet. Okay, I need help. And sometimes it's hard for us to ask for help. So it wasn't until I hired my mentor and bought her first course where I started to position myself and be where I am today. And that was a year ago. And when I say that was the best investment I have ever made, you guys. So yeah, so with that being said, you guys, I have my course. It is going to start mid-August. I'm so excited. So excited. No one knows of this course, you guys. The only people who know of this course is going to be you guys. But like I said, you guys are the only ones who are going to have access to buy this and to sign up for this course, for your business, for your investment, for your brand, for $497, you guys. Everyone else is going to have to pay for the full price, but you're only going to get this for $497. But remember, you guys, it is only going to be this price for the next 9 days, okay? So I'm just going to wrap up, you guys. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I hope you learned a lot of valuable information. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, you can just write me in the chat box here. Or you can just kind of go over to our Facebook group and inbox me there. Also, you guys, anyone who is ready to take their business to the next level, anyone who is ready to invest in themselves, anyone who is ready to take that big leap. I know it's scary. I know that it's hard. I know that sometimes, you know, when it comes to you putting yourself out there, it's the fear, but let me help you. My mentors helped me to get to where I am, and pretty much what I want to do is just help everyone else with their passion. That's one of my biggest things too, you guys. I don't care about the money. I didn't do this for the money. You know, it took me a couple months to start getting paid how I am now, but I didn't care about that, and I still don't care about that, which is why I hold my free challenges, which is why I, you know, hold my group and give you guys, you know, the value and the information that I do, because I genuinely do want you guys to know what I didn't know, which was anything is possible, you know, and it's all about your mindset as well, which is what we also go over in this course, you guys, about mindset and positioning that successful mindset where you will start to attract the things that you need, the things that you want, the things that you desire. But it all starts with one step. So for those of you who are interested, like I said, this price is going to be $497 for the next 9 days. After 9 days, it is going to go up to $1,097, and then afterwards it is going to go back up to the original price of $2,097, you guys. So for the next 9 days, it's going to be the price. I am going to either actually, yes, so after we went in this webinar, I am going to email you guys the link if you are interested in this investment and taking your brand and business to the next level and learning how to take your side hustle to the hustle. So yeah, so make sure you check your emails, you guys. Also, as I said, as a free gift, before the evening is out, I'm going to be sending you guys a 5-day guide on how to take professional pictures with an iPhone. So this is going to be pretty much helping, you know, those of you who want to start building your brand or even want to start posting pictures up and you don't have a professional camera. You can take professional pictures with an iPhone and post that and become visible, and then have people in your inbox, hey, you're a photographer, I didn't know. Okay, how much you charge? And that's how it starts, you guys, right? So like I said, you guys, this offer is basically for you guys only because you joined the masterclass. So my course is going to be $497, but only for the next 9 days, you guys, okay? Afterwards, it's going to go up to $1097 and then $2097. But yes, pretty much, thank you so much, you guys. This is not going to be the first webinar that we do. This is not going to be the last webinar that we do. I have done many. I have done many courses for my clients. If you guys haven't done so, make sure that you click the link in the email that I sent you this evening, actually this morning, to join the Facebook group. I am also going to be sending you a free 5-day guide on how to basically master iPhone photography. And yes, you guys, I'll be sending you the link if you are ready to turn your passion into a profit and position yourself as the new entrepreneur. Okay, guys? So thank you so, so much. Make sure you are checking your emails. I will be in your email box later this evening. And yes, and I hope to see you guys on the other side of the lens. Thank you guys so much, and have a great night.